Yeah, Kyle's Mr. Call Out. This didn't happen, you faker.
Dude, I wasn't gonna let that fly.
Danny, if you don't know, last week, or was it last week, 2 weeks ago? They all blend together. I think it was last week. We had a guest that told, frankly, an unbelievable story about getting stabbed when he was a child by his dad and sewing himself back up together in the woods for 3 days. And Kyle, and like, I was like being very courteous, like, really? My God. What happened then? Did that damage your
stabbed you, and then you sewed yourself up like Rambo?
Because you have to keep the conversation going. And then Kyle just, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
None of this is true. None of this happened.
You're making this up.
This happened. Look, dude. I know I just told a story about fighting a wild boar with a knife, but I have witnesses. I can call them forward. Jeremy saw that shit. The people who run Houston Armory saw that shit. If you know anybody who works at Houston Armory, ask them. Did FPS Russia fight a Russian boar in a field with a pocket knife? They will fucking tell you I did because they were there and they saw that shit.
And where's this guy's dad to corroborate the tale?
Yeah.
Dead.
Oh. So they had this like species there that's like Russian boars were brought in. And they got loose and they interbred with the wild boars there. And so there's this weird hybrid species. And it's got like this black fur and they're really fucking big. And fur, I say tentatively because it's this wiry, nasty hair that comes out of your body.
Wait, so you called a guest's story out as being fake?
Yeah, because it was. It was nonsense. It was fucking nonsense. Like.
Was it so fake that it wasn't even a good story?
I'll retell it quickly. Yeah, so, I got stabbed once. Really? You got stabbed? Yeah, my dad. My dad stabbed me. We were at the dinner table, and my uncle stuttered, and he was like, pass the bread. And I was like, pass the bread. And my dad was like, hey, don't you make fun of your uncle. And I was like, sorry, Dad. And he just grabbed a steak knife and stabbed me, like right here by my oblique. And it went in. He stabbed me with a serrated steak knife. And so, what'd you do? Well, I think he said that he assaulted his dad at that point.
I think he said that he ran away at that point.
Did he not get the knife out of his hand?
He didn't get the knife out until he was in the woods because it was serrated and it didn't want to pull out or something like that. And then he went to his fort, quote unquote, that was in the woods. And he said that he sewed the wound up with fishing line and a fishing hook. And like, look, none of that is believable.
3 days he said.
Look, I'm a grown ass man. I had to get 6 stitches a while back. Look, I didn't cry, I didn't bitch about it. I wrapped my foot up and I limped my way to the hospital. But I can't imagine sewing myself up with a fucking fishing line and a fishing hook. And I'm not squeamish around blood. I got a reasonable pain tolerance, all that shit. There's no fucking way I could have done that shit. My hands would have been so shaky.
He's 12.
I'm 35. Like I've gutted deer with not, blood and guts all over me before. It doesn't bother me. I would be in a cold sweat sewing my fucking flesh up with a fishing hook and fishing line. And anybody who's listening to this who also wouldn't be, and you're legit, you're a badass. You're a badass. You must be some sort of fucking Royal Navy fucking commando CIA spy bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But that ain't me, and that is not that guy.
Which guest was it, Kyle?
He was the voice from Call of Duty of one of the main characters in Black Ops. I think Woods or somebody like that.
Which episode is that?
Last week's.
Like last week.
544.
And look,
James
I just want to
Burns.
reiterate, I like that guy a lot. I liked him as a guest. And next Call of Duty or next time he does something cool, we're going to invite him back. I'm sure there's no hard feelings because, he's a grown man and not a little baby back bitch from the internet who's like, oh, I bet Kyle hates this guy. Huh? He'll never come back. No, he's a nice guy. I liked him. James Burns, a nice guy. I liked him. I'm sure he'll come back on again, but he knows that shit didn't happen.
Yeah. I'm not so sure. The kind of guy who carries around a story like that in his back pocket for decades, I think he's going to be wounded by you calling it out.
Look, show me the scar. You show me the scar, and I'll eat my words, and I'll apologize. But you didn't show me the scar.
He wasn't offended by you calling him out.
No, he wasn't offended at all.
He was just like, whatever, man. Like, he didn't really. Which, honestly, that response led me to be like, maybe he is telling the truth. Like, because if he was, like, defending a lie, it would be like, no.
You ever seen Billy Madison?
Yeah.
There's that scene where they're all getting on the bus and Chris Farley's driving the bus.
Be a bitch.
Chris Farley's the bus driver. He's got a small role. and the super hot teacher gets on first, and Chris Farley's like looking at her ass, and she goes and she says to Billy, Adam Sandler's character, he's like, something Valancourt, like whatever her name is.
Vicky Valancourt.
Few years ago, me and her got it on. and Adam Sandler's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, but this guy I know, him and her got it on. And Adam Sandler's like, no, they didn't. Yeah, but you can imagine what it would be like if they did. That's how that story went. It's like, yeah, but a guy I knew, he got stabbed by his dad, and he sewed it up. No, he didn't.
Wait,
Yeah,
Vicky
but you can imagine what it'd be like if somebody did get stabbed and sewed it up in the woods.
Vicky Valancourt, that was wonderful.
Yeah, I've seen Rambo. Yeah, First Blood. Yeah. That's all that was lacking from that story is him like pouring some gunpowder in the wound and lighting it or something like that to cauterize it.
Oh yeah.
No, it's whatever. I like that guy.
Yeah, I liked him too. I liked indulging in his hockey discussion.
I did too. And I'll tell you this, I believed his story about getting hit in the head with a puck.
But yeah, I mean, you can find a
because he showed me the scar.
Yeah. That's what you do when your story's true.
That's what you do when your story's true. You know, if he told us a story about defending his mother from attackers and getting shot in the foot with a pistol, but then he refused to ever show the scar.
You shot in the knee.
I wouldn't believe that story either. I was shot in the knee.
Yeah.